Hello and welcome to the first ever stream with the inaugural season of the PFFL Championship League. I'm going to be not only your commissioner this season, but your champion. I want to take some time and welcome everyone to the first ever season of the second tier here in the Premier Fantasy Football League. Before we get going today, just a few reminders. Make sure everyone gets their team names updated, and also be ready to draft tonight. It's going to be an exciting draft and I can't wait to see the outcome. But before we get started today, let's go ahead and meet some of the participants that we are going to see in this league. If we take a look here, we can see the Norfolk Destroyers. This is going to be owned and operated by a returning user with PFFL experience. It's going to be very interesting to watch. The Rivendell Raiders are making a statement here. Hendry County Dogs. This is a young and upcoming team. Another PFFL veteran here with Alex's astounding team and Jeremy's scary team, and even the Florida State Seminole Vesicles, all of which are owners making a return to the PFFL scene. Then, not only do we have a veteran here, but we have a former champion coming into this new division. Mark's magnificent team will be making their PFFL return this season, looking for glory. A fantasy football guru here with too many leagues to count. We have Kyle's two-notch team, but I'll go ahead and fix that as top-notch team. Now, then, to round it out, we have one of the most successful teams ever in the regular season, but can never seem to win a playoff game. Daniel's daring team makes their return to PFFL, and then another newcomer here in Holden's heated team. All of these names will get fixed later on as you guys update them, but we are here for two things today, and really there's one that is the most important. That is deciding the draft order for tonight's draft. Each of you are going to be assigned a rubber ducky. I'm going to hit a countdown for 2 minutes on the clock, and we're going to see where your ducky finishes. Based off of that, that will set the draft order, and from there, you guys will select your team. Now remember, this is the first season of the PFFL Championship League, which means that we are not quite sure what's going to behold the champion or await the champion, but we're going to be getting it figured out. I highly suggest all of you take this season and this opportunity very seriously, because you could be one of the next members joining the top tier league with the big dogs up on top. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and find out what's going to happen this rubber ducky race. As weird as that sounds, here we go. Make sure to take a look at your name, your number, and we are off. Alright, so we can see here that it's going to start off very crowded here at the beginning, and 2 minutes is going to take forever, and you're going to figure out that really only the last 10 seconds of this race is going to matter. Holden's heated team is going to jump out to an early lead with the experienced, the champion, Mark's magnificent team, followed shortly behind. Norfolk Destroyers not off to a hot start in that pink duck down below, and Daniel's daring team starting to make a little bit of a run, but it's the Florida State Seminole Vesicles trying to show some sort of success for Florida State this season after a really rough start in the college football world. Then we have Jeremy's scary team making a push for the lead, and all of this experience seems to be paying off for the Ducks. We have a lot of veterans that are pushing towards the lead. Norfolk Destroyers moving up, even Alex's astounding team making a push. It's all veterans that are coming out with this push, but is it too early, too soon for these kind of pushes? We'll have to see what teams can make a little bit of a push here. Just past the halfway point, we see Kyle's top-notch team, the Purple Duck, starting to really pick up some speed here. He's in way too many leagues, though. He could burn out before the end of this race. There's no telling what's going to happen. The field's starting to tighten up here as we get to 30 seconds to go on the clock. And the experienced Ducks are starting to pull back out ahead as Jeremy's scary team and Alex's astounding team, two Alexes actually, are pushing for the lead. Holden's heated team staying strong up at the top. Oh, everyone's starting to group back up here with 15 seconds, but it's Daniel's daring team that's staying out in front. Can he hold on? Is there any late pushes here at the end? 7 seconds to go. It's not going to be Daniel's daring team. He's falling apart. Florida State Seminole Vesicles are pushing for the win, and congratulations to the owner of the Florida State Seminole Vesicles. You guys will be picking first in this season's draft. Make sure not to botch it, and I hope it goes well for you. Let's take a look at the standings. It's going to be a little bit hard to read, but I'll make sure that I say it all out loud so you guys are aware. We have Florida State Seminole Vesicles picking first in this season's draft, followed shortly by Mark's magnificent team and the Rivendell Raiders making a strong showing in their first time here in the league. Hendry County Dogs will be picking fourth. Daniel's daring team right in the middle at fifth, along with Jeremy's scary team and Kyle's top-notch team getting seventh. You know, that burnout might have really affected this Ducks performance. Alex's astounding team picking eighth, Holden's heated team picking ninth, and then picking last in this year's draft will be the Norfolk Destroyers. All right, so that's going to decide where we are in terms of our draft. But not only do we have to decide the draft order, we have to figure out what division you all will be playing in this season. Now, for the way our divisions work, with 10 teams, we're going to run 2 divisions of 5. We will take turns alternating between the wheel, and based off of what we see here, when you're selected, you'll be put into either the North Division or the South Division. So let's go ahead and get started. With the first team getting placed in the North Division, we are going to have it looks like it is the Rivendell Raiders that are going to be the first team going off of the board. I'm going to try to get my markers working. All right, there we go. Sticky notes are still the way we keep track of everything. But the Rivendell Raiders are going to be the first team in the North Division. All right, let's see who's going to be going into the South Division here. We are going to have, it looks like Daniel's daring team is going to be the first in the South Division. And moving on here, we have who is going to be joining the Rivendell Raiders in the North Division. And this looks like it's going to be the top dog from the Rubber Duck race. It is the Florida State Seminole Vesicles that will be joining the Rivendell Raiders in the North Division. Following up here, we have someone that's going to be joining Daniel's daring team. Who is that going to be? Is it going to be one of the brothers here? It might be. Nope, it's going to be Jeremy's scary team. That is 2 veteran members in a division right away here. That's going to be fun to watch. Moving back to the North Division, we're going to see who's going to join the Florida State Seminole Vesicles and the Rivendell Raiders over here in the North Division. Who's it going to be? It looks like it's going to be the Hendry County Dogs. All right, so the Dogs, a new newcomer, one of the youngest owners in the league, is going to be joining the Raiders and the Seminole Vesicles over there in the North Division. And in the South Division, joining Daniel's team and Jeremy's team. Who's it going to be? It is going to be another rookie in this pitfall. It is Holden's heated team will be playing out of the South Division. All right, 2 more division spots available in each one. 4 teams left. Who's going to be joining the Raiders, the Seminole Vesicles, and the Dogs here? Let's find out. It looks like it might be a champion. It's going to be Mark's magnificent team here. Will that experience and that championship offset that number 1 overall pick held by the Florida State Seminole Vesicles. All right, and then we have our South Division, our fourth team here, Daniel's team, Jeremy's team, Holden's team. Who's going to be with them? It is going to be Kyle's top-notch team that's going to be joining this division. That is going to be a fun one to watch. And with only 2 teams left, we're going to find out where they're placed here. The Norfolk Destroyers, who is picking last, and then Alex's astounding team, who's picking close to last. Who is going to be the final team in this North Division? Let's find out. All right, and the final team over here in the North is going to be the Norfolk Destroyers. It's going to be fun to watch them playing this season. And finally, that leaves one team left, and he's going to be joining his brother over here in the South. It's going to be Alex's astounding team that rounds out the South Division. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you get your team names updated. We'll be doing more videos like this. Be on the lookout for everything, and I hope you all have a great first experience here in the Premier Fantasy Football League. If you need anything at all, as always, I'm your commissioner, and this season I'm your champion. Signing off, and we'll see you guys tonight at the draft.